What's up, YouTube? Poor Man Podcast back with another video. Today's video is going to be wife puts her husband out on the side of the road for asking if she's okay. All right, before I get into the video though, got to do the YouTube stuff. The goal is 40,000 subscribers by June. It's a crazy goal. It's a big goal, but it's my goal. I ain't know the way I'm going to get to my goals if you give me the HBO special. Do you know what the HBO special is? That's the Help a Brother Out special. All right, so go in and help a brother out. Hit the like and the subscribe button for more content. I'm going to give y'all a second to do that. All right, now let's get to the video. Wife puts her husband out on the side of the road for asking if she's okay. Let's see what it's about.
You all right? Are you okay? Brianna, are you okay?
Can you stop talking to me?
Stop talking to you? What you mean? I'm riding with you somewhere, you gonna act like that?
Yeah, don't talk to me.
Why you slamming your door on your car like that?
Because it's my car, is it yours?
It ain't gotta be my car for me to ask you that.
Stop
What's going
talking to
on? Stop talking to you.
Get on my
Yo, let me out, man.
Get out, open the door.
Let me out. Stop the car so I can get out.
Out.
Ask me to ride and you got an attitude with me. I ain't do nothing to you.
Get out while it's rolling. You want to get out?
Stop the car so I can get out the car.
Well, I got to pull over. You want to damn me pull in front of the goddamn car?
Let me out.
You
don't see him act like that.
Get your ass out. Get out.
Oh, yeah.
Have fun walking. Bye.
I don't give a damn about none of that. Shit, that's what they got Uber for.
Okay. Just to kind of get into, I know it's a little early, but just kind of get into it a little bit. I do see a child in the back, all right? And there's a lot of this in the black community specifically, because that's where I was raised. I seen it mostly in our community. I don't know about other folks, but where you got a child raising a child, all right? You got women that are super immature. They don't really know how to communicate. And I call that a child raising a child. All right. When it comes to arguments in front of children, there are ways to handle it. And it gets really stressful for children when they hear a father's voice raised naturally. Because we don't understand as fathers how our voices can travel. We do have to be careful when it comes to our children being around and raising our voices. It does release a stress hormone in children. So people have to be careful about when they do that. Now, with that being said, I will say again that the mother is being way too immature for her to be having a child, okay? For them to be married, you need to have a certain amount of communication skills for a marriage to work out. And she isn't presenting that right now. But I want to continue the video because I don't want to judge it too early. So let's keep going to see how it plays out. Because sometimes these situations switch because now the man is upset. His energy has been switched from happy and enthusiastic to more reserved. So now maybe he will start to present himself with a little bit more attitude. And that's when the communication goes downhill. And that's why I tell men to always try to hold their composure. And that's just for the sake of everybody in the relationship, for everybody in the family, because once two people are emotional, the problem will never be solved. Sometimes women do get overly emotional and it puts men into an emotional state, and that's when you see chaos because too much emotion, two people being emotional, they won't hear each other. It'll just be a yelling match. So let's continue the video, see what happens.
Fucking call me back neither. Weirdo. I mean, act like somebody don't pay them no attention when they mad about shit. Act like we don't never ask, see what they problems about. As soon as somebody asks them something, y'all got an attitude. About to be fucking canceled fucking with me.
He hot.
Sick of the same old shit. Women always want to act like they want to be with a dude that he don't care, he don't this. As soon as we show we care, they do all this bullshit. Lord, me. I blow now. Can I get a ride? What? I'm not getting in no car with you acting like that.
I'm sorry. Come on.
Nah, I'm about to Uber somebody else.
Come on.
Hope it's a chick that pull up too.
Yeah, come on.
Somebody gonna be understanding. What are you doing? Why you over here doing this? No, I'm not getting in the car with you. What's wrong? You gonna tell me what's wrong? No. No. I'm not getting in no car with you.
I said I'm sorry. Now get in the damn car.
You still yelling.
Duh. I'm in the car. You outside. Come on.
And okay, there's a book. I want people to go out and maybe give it a read. It's on audiobook on YouTube. So if you guys want to actually watch or listen to it or read it or whatever you may want to do, it's a really interesting read. It's called Men Are From Mars, Women Are From Venus. I believe it's by John Gray. I think that's his name. But he explains why some of this may be happening. See, women have to understand that men like to handle our problems in solitude. But when our women have problems, to get a testosterone boost, because it releases testosterone to problem solve. And this is for men and women. And that's why they say women in high ranking positions, women that are CEOs, women that are lawyers, that have to problem solve a lot of times, have more testosterone than the average woman that's or the traditional woman that's a housewife. So men, when we find that there's a problem, our natural response as men is to go out and try to solve that problem as best we can. Unfortunately for women, it's the complete opposite. They get an estrogen boost. They get oxytocin, which is a hormone that allows to reduce stress in women. They get that hormone through just explaining what happens. So I don't know if in y'all relationships y'all have ever had a time where y'all have maybe your woman or may have had a problem, and she's trying to explain to you that problem, and you keep trying to give her solutions for the problem. You throwing out solutions, and it just irritates her more and more and more because she feels like you're not listening. When you're listening, but your natural response is to try to solve the problem. That's the testosterone. And her natural response is just to have someone listen and understand and feel empathetic. And that's her estrogen. And that's how she releases her stress through oxytocin. So yeah, go give that book a read, people, if y'all or just give it a listen if you want to let it play out. And it just really dives into the key differences of men and women and how we as a society have ruined a lot of relationships or potential marriages because there's this idea that men and women are the same, and it's just not true, like on any scale. All right, we have key differences that allow for us to work over time, but you know, sometimes they clash a little bit. So let's continue the video. I just wanted to tap into that a little bit.
I'm straight.
Come on.
I'm cool.
Get in the car.
I'm telling you, you yell, do any of that when I get in, I'm dead ass. Now what you got an attitude about anyway? Why you do all that?
People getting on my damn nerves.
Hey, it ain't me.
Well, you ain't had to talk right then. I didn't feel like talking.
No matter, I'm trying to comfort you though.
How would you try to comfort me by saying
Asking you what's wrong with you.
What wrong?
That
What
means
wrong?
cause something's wrong.
What wrong? What wrong? That's annoying.
So when us as men act like we don't care about you when you have those type of feelings.
And when we ask y'all what's wrong, do y'all tell us all the time? No. Yeah. No, you don't. You don't even share your emotion.
I don't do all that extra stuff.
You gotta be Mr. Tough Guy.
And see, that's another key difference. There's this other idea that men are lesser than women because we don't explain or bask in our emotions as much as they do. And it's because we as men are, again, problem solvers. So when we are presented with a problem, the only way we can feel, if men complain about a problem and you just sit and complain, it builds estrogen. That's a natural response that men have to just complaining about problems. And that's why women like problems, because it's just in humans general. That's how women like to explain problems, because it's just in humans in general, okay? Complaining produces estrogen, problem solving produces testosterone. But when men problem solve, we like to do it in solitude. We like to feel competent enough to solve our own problems. And the only time we feel as though we can, and that's why unsolicited advice, when people try to give a man advice when he's trying to solve a problem, it can come off as attacking his competence. So men may get offended when people try to help him with a problem when he hasn't asked for that help. Okay, so women have to understand that just because men don't express, we don't express the same, we don't present ourselves the same way when we problem solve. We don't want to talk about our problems because we want to go out and solve our problems. That doesn't mean that we're any less than women. Okay, there's this idea that a man that doesn't want to be emotional, a man that doesn't want to just sit there and complain about his problems and talk to his lady about his problems is less of a man because he doesn't have these spiritual and he's less feminine and he isn't in his. Well, that's because masculine men we solve our problems through problem solving. Okay, we figure out ways to get those problems out of the way. We don't like to bask in those problems because that produces estrogen, which is the female hormone for people that don't know. And I am kind of doing this video on a hormonal standpoint. I know this may not be interesting to everybody, but I mean, I could go on and do the same old women this, men that, women that, you know what I mean? But I don't want to go ahead and do that. I see other content creators doing that same kind of spiel, and I'm trying to evolve the way we have these conversations a little bit by looking into other research as to why men and women aren't sometimes as compatible. But let's continue the video though. And I'm sorry, one more thing. Her behavior is completely immature, by the way. I do understand that and I do acknowledge that throughout the video. I'm just saying that there are differences the way men and women go about certain problems, and we have to understand that men and women are different. Let's continue the video.
What you call it, then?
I don't do all that extra stuff
What you
whenever
call
you
it?
ask me.
What you call it?
Call it what it is.
What? Exactly.
I tell you when something going on with me.
When?
I don't take it out on you. Let's just say that.
That's a lie. The other day I asked you what's wrong with you. You didn't tell me what's wrong with you.
That's not taking it
And
out
then
on
you
you.
kept saying, oh, my grandma.
Nigga, you just told me not to talk to
me.
you. You just told me not to talk to
My grandma
you.
told me. Okay, that was 5 minutes ago. Different time.
Next time, I'm not riding with you nowhere if you're going to be acting like that.
Okay.
That's not my energy.
That's not mine. Next time, just wait for me to talk.
That's where y'all be messing up at thinking y'all run something.
Don't be a bugaboo.
A bugaboo because I asked what was wrong?
Yeah, over and over and over.
You tell me to get out the car, then you pull up to pick me back up. What's that for?
I'm being nice.
Yeah, you worried about something. I'm worried about if another chick gonna
I ain't
pull up.
worried
That's
about
all you
that
worried
at all.
about. Only thing on your mind.
Not at all. Why I'm be worried about another
As soon as I
chick?
said something about
Why
Uber.
I'm be worried about another chick? Because if it's easy for her to get you, she can have you.
As soon as I said
Period.
something about Uber, now
If
you
it's
want to
easy
pull
for
back
her
up.
to get you, she can have you. It won't meant to be mine. That's how I see it.
Yeah, back in the day before Uber was invented, y'all kept going.
That's how I see it.
Before Uber was invented, y'all let y'all nigga out and would never
All right,
even
now
go
you
back and
making
pick
me
him back
regret
up.
this ride.
I'm just being honest. I'm thinking the only reason why you came and picked me back up because I said I was going to call her Uber.
Well, I'm not worried about it.
Well, stop acting all emotional and acting like when we try to tell y'all something, you got to be mean. I thought y'all want that from us. I thought y'all wanted us to care when y'all care about something.
We don't want you to be naggy.
So,
I like talking with you. You ain't got to keep saying, what wrong, acting like a kid. Damn, my kids got on my nerve doing that. Mommy. And you, what wrong?
I'm not your kids, though.
Well, you acting like one when you doing all that.
No, that ain't acting like one to make sure my wife or my girl is okay. Like, that's what us men do.
Okay.
We supposed to want to know if you're okay, if you're mad. Especially when y'all drive crazy already as is. And when you're mad, you drive even faster.
That's the end of the video. I'm gonna probably go ahead and give my final thoughts now. I'm seeing this as just a lack of competitiveness. Okay, a lot of women, they get into marriages and then they feel like they get comfortable. Okay, let's just say they get comfortable. All right, too many times do we see women in marriages feel like their spot is now solidified. They can't go anywhere, so they get comfortable. And not only that, but they're incentivized to get comfortable. Women on average gain 7 pounds in the first year of marriage. Comfortable. All right? Women on average gain 24 pounds, an average of 24 pounds in the first 5 years of marriage. You're getting comfortable, all right? You have to go out there. If you want a relationship to work, if you want a marriage to work, you have to realize that that's going to take effort. Love is a verb, okay? And maintaining a relationship is hard. And I know all the Disney movies told ladies that after you get married, you just go on and live happily ever after. But that's actually when all the hard part starts. It's easy to stay fit when you're trying to woo a man, but now that you got him, are you gonna still put forth that effort? Because that's exactly what that is. For men, the physical is important. Okay, so putting forth your 100% effort to make a marriage work includes staying fit. It includes being able to communicate in times when it's hard. It includes being able to set yourself aside for a bigger goal. Okay, you can't compare this man, because she did this in the video. She compared him to a child. Was he a child when he was willing to get up and go to work for 40 hours a week, potentially longer, because most men do work overtime, especially when they're married? He's willing to do that every day, every week, every year, time in, time out. He's not a child. Okay, so you got to get that out of your head off the rip. This is not your child. Y'all may have children together, but that's a whole different situation. When he's speaking, it should be respected. His ideas, his thoughts, his input to what's going on into your life should be respected, especially if you're going to allow him to lead the ship. Okay, ladies, we need more compatibleness. And I understand tough times happen. There are hard days where things get a little harder. Okay, but if we're going to make these relationships work, if we're going to make relationships work in general, communication is going to be key. All right, and communication doesn't include calling a man a child, because you know what you're doing right there. You're trying to send a shot and it's an insult. Grow up. Till next time.